Hey there, trainers. Hope you're ready for a great day today. Today, or I guess maybe last night, my son and I came across a podcast called Circle Round with Rebecca Shear. Highly recommended if you've got kids. She shares stories from all over the world. They've got different morals and things like that. She'll post questions at different intervals throughout the story so that you can kind of have some conversations with your kids. And I think there's a website that they have that you can also, they put up coloring pages and you can have your kids color while they listen to these stories and things like that too. Really, really good stuff. And spoiler alert, just in advance, but my son and I were listening to episode 4 today, which was of season 1. It was about the happiest man on earth. And in this story, this man just finds himself down in the dumps. He's kind of bummed about life, having a hard time, and he goes and asks his wise aunt, what should I do? And she says, what you need to do is you need to find the happiest person on earth and switch shirts with him. So he sets out on this adventure, this journey to find the happiest person on earth. And kind of his test to see if they actually were happy or not is he would come across somebody and say, hey, are you happy? And people would always say yes. Then he said, well, if I gave you my home, if I gave you all my land, would you be happier? And all of them, oh yeah, I'd be way more happy if you did that. And that was kind of his test of like, oh, if they would be happier with all my stuff, then they're actually not the happiest person on earth. And he, that's kind of just the recurring theme. Oh, time after time that happens to him. Finally, one day he's walking through the woods and he hears some person whistling, some happy whistling, and he goes to investigate, and it's this lumberjack. And he asks this lumberjack, hey, are you happy? And the lumberjack's like, yeah, definitely, like the happiest person on earth. And he's excited about that. And he says, well, if I gave you all this stuff, would you be happier? And the lumberjack says, no, like I already have everything that I need. Like I don't need that stuff to be any happier than I am. You could make me as rich as a king or a queen, and I still wouldn't be any happier than I currently am. And so the man says, oh, this is perfect. Like you're the one I've been looking for. Weird question, but is it okay if I switch shirts with you? And the lumberjack kind of laughs a little bit, unzips his jacket, and reveals that he actually doesn't have a shirt. He's just rocking it out there in his jacket. And the lumberjack goes on to say, hey, you don't need all this stuff to be happy. Anyways, tying with Pokemon there is I'm like, what's a happy Pokemon? It's got to be Happiny, right? Well, the Pokedex for Happiny says that it's just always in search of this pebble, this egg-like pebble. And I thought about that, and I just thought stuff is not the thing that is going to bring happiness in our lives. It's easy to get caught up in seeking that stuff out, but it's not always the thing that keeps us happy. We can choose to be happy without that stuff. Life, don't get me wrong, throws curveballs at us. No question that it's hard. But our happiness does not have to be dependent on things, if that makes sense. So anyways, just wanted to throw that your guys' way. I guess maybe one other last little thought, but it says that Happiny will throw tantrums if it gets its rock taken away. And it's just, there's what this Pokemon that you would think to be so happy, the fact that it relies so much on this rock, I don't know, just a little bit silly when you think about that compared to the story of the happiest man on earth. Anyways, that's my thought for you guys today. Hopefully that's something you can level up on. Thank you to everybody who takes the time to stick around, listen, and also thank you to everybody who's taken the time to subscribe. I really do appreciate that. And with that, trainers, let's keep after today, and I'll catch you leveled up on the other side.